Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Praise the Lord. And somebody call my mama. That's right. This is my YouTube CBS channel vlog show. And this is WEML TV Channel 77. The YouTube CBS channel vlog show in which there's Ordinary and there's me, the host of the show, Mr. Eric Lima. How's it going, everyone? Good evening, everybody. September 15, 2021, 10:14 p.m. This is episode 555 of the show. What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful night. Hope y'all had a good day. I'm kind of hoping y'all did. And I'm kind of really excited about I am really excited because there are a lot of changes that have been happening. Some are good, some are bad, some are some that we just didn't see coming. And there's been a lot of things going on. I can't go into any detail on what's been happening, but changes are in the air. And sometimes I think as the year progresses more, as we're only 3 months away to the end of 2021 and going to 2022, and I have to admit that it has not been the best year to start off with the roaring cyber 20s, shall we say, because the cyber 20s, we live in a cyber age now, and it's really surreal how things are. But anyways, sorry if I moved around. I don't know what it is. Everything's gone janky here. I don't know. Well, anyways, let's not worry about any of that crap. Let's worry about what is the matter at hand here, and that would be AEW Event Center update. That's right, and where I give you what has happened, what has occurred of the shows I watch. I mean, for the first hour of the show, I've been bouncing between AEW, Dynamite, and Press Your Luck, and nobody won $1 million to end the season. So, well, there should be a fourth season. I'm sure people want to see a fourth season because somebody's got to win $1 million on Press Your Luck sometime. It's gonna be somebody's got to make that $1 million mission. So. Anyways, CM Punk arrived for commentary with Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur to kick it off. And a decent matchup to kick off AEW Dynamite. Adam Cole making his AEW in-ring debut against Frankie Kazarian, the Elite Hunter. And Adam Cole came back. Adam Cole did win his first matchup in AEW. He grabbed the microphone and addressed the crowd in Newark, New Jersey. And he says there's 3 guys that he can't stand already since he's been here for a short time in AEW. Christian Cage and basically Jurassic Express. And him and the Young Bucks decided to challenge them to a 6-man tag. So, more on that later. Tony Schiavone decided to interview Sammy Guevara and Fuego del Sol. And Fuego bought himself a brand new car with a new contract that he got with AEW. And Fuego decided, I don't know what is Fuego thinking about this. He goes, Miro, I'm going to challenge you for the title. I'll put my car up. Fuego. This guy kicked your sorry rear end once, dude. Oh my gosh. Fuego, you're not thinking straight, man. You are not thinking straight, man. I'm just, I cannot believe Fuego is not thinking. Miro is going to kick his rear end in. What do you suppose is the answer to that match? More on that. And then, MJF comes out, dressed as the fans in Newark, and he made the fun of, and Maxwell Jacob Freeman has been known to get a lot of heat. A lot of heat. And let me tell you something, man. I mean, feuding with Brian Pillman and dissing his mother and all that, I'm like, oh, wow. It's something about MJF is that you cannot, this guy, I can imagine MJF versus The Miz on the mic. You talk about dream matches, I think MJF would be one guy. I may have to put together for my WBF thoughts, because I'm sure a lot of people want to see MJF get his rear end into my... I know a few superstars, a few wrestlers, I should say, that might want to get their hands on MJF. You never know for sure. Anyways, maybe I'll start with him. So, and discusses Brian Pillman Jr. Brian Pillman arrives with a chair, but once again, Wardlow and him got outsmarted, and then Brian Pillman tried to fight off Wardlow. Wardlow takes the hits, but then Brian Pillman grabs a chair, chases both gentlemen out. But then Jim Ross had a sit-down interview with Pillman Jr. Again, Pillman addresses MJF. Says that Dynamite Grand Slam, his butt's going to get kicked. Plain and simple. I'm hoping Brian Pillman Jr. whips MJF's rear end. Then you got... Alex Marvis interviewing Kirsten Cage in Jurassic Express, who basically addressed the Super Click, and they accepted the challenge of Cole and the Young Bucks on Rampage. Dante Martin went and Matt Sydal in a tag match against FTR. FTR wins the match. Simple as that. Their experience as a tag team is second to none. And CM Punk decided to address the Suzuki incident. Now, CM Punk, because when Minoru Suzuki and Jon Moxley went one-on-one last week, his music was shortly cut off in Cincinnati, and he was disrespected by that. And not only that, he believes the referees and everybody else was against him. So, that's why they call it the Suzuki incident. But both Lance Archer and Minoru Suzuki dominate addressing Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. So, I was like, and Lance Archer and Minoru Suzuki are known as a part of a group called Suzuki-gun. So, I'm saying, Moxley Kingston against Archer and Minoru Suzuki, that's a fight waiting to happen, dude. Then Malachi Black arrived and says we have an enemy in our midst, House of Black, and Rosario Dawson was there, part of, she was one of the judges and Cody's good friends from the Big Show, I think, the show on TNT. And Rosario Dawson, and then Cody Rhodes kind of knew this was going to happen, so Cody Rhodes came back through the crowd, was about to fight and Malachi Black, and then Rosario Dawson, for whatever God's crazy reason, decided to jump on Malachi Black. I said, "Are you nuts, woman?" That's a Hollywood celebrity actress right there who was friends with Cody Rhodes, and then I'm like, she jumped on Malachi Black. Malachi Black threw her off, and then threw her off his back, and then Cody Rhodes and her brawled throughout the arena. I am so glad, it's too bad that Zelina Vega did not decide not to sign with AEW, because that would have been a huge feud. Rosario Dawson and Zelina Vega, or Thea Trinidad under her real name. That would be something. Or Thea Black. Something to be thinking about. And no, Zelina Vega did not sign with AEW. She basically came back to the WWE. So, leave it at that. So, but both men threw out the crowd and throughout the crowd. Brawl throughout the crowd. And then Alex Marvez interviewed Doc Order mainly and Anna Jay. And then Alex Reynolds showed up, started screaming at Evil Uno. And then they're all arguing again. Anna Jay goes, enough. None of you are going to be out there for my matchup against the Bunny on Rampage. I'm going in, and Ty Conti Sizzles went with her. Then Dan Lambert, Men of the Year and part of the American Top Team, decided to run down the fans once again. And then Chris Jericho and Jake Hager interrupted Dan Lambert and said, "How about we go at it right now?" And then all of a sudden, Dan Lambert goes, "No, let's make it big. Let's go to Dynamite Grand Slam next week in the Big Apple." Jericho goes, "Fine, you get your butts kicked." So the men of the year gonna take on Jake Hager and Chris Jericho. And I'll tell you what, Dan Lambert in the corner of the men of the year is gonna be very interesting. I can rest assured to that. Well, the Gun Club addressed why they attacked Paul White. It's not just they're not working for QT Marshall or AKA QT Fire Marshal Bill. They said they have not been respected. They've been undefeated in tag team competition. You know, in a way, it's true, and I'm surprised they're not even ranked, and it could be the reason why, too. So that Colton and Austin Gunn are the two young sons. So the Gun Club is together on this. Jay Cargill went one-on-one with legit Layla Hirsch, and I realized something. Well, legit Layla Hirsch is very, very small, and you talk about Cargill, almost the size of Camille of the NWA Women's World Champion. And Jay Cargill and legit Layla Hirsch gave it all she got, but in the end, Jay Cargill wins the matchup. Then Andrade addressed what happened this past Friday night, and he was upset with his assistant. He said, Chavo's not here anymore. So, we'll see what happens here. And then, as everybody was talking in the commentary table, then Taz interrupts CM Punk. And then, they start arguing, exchanging words, and then Hook stares down with Punk. Powerhouse Hobbs attacks Punk from behind. Punk tries to fight back, and then Hook, we're talking about Hook, Taz's son, puts the Dragon Sleeper on CM Punk. I'm like, oh boy. And then Hobbs puts Punk to the announce table. And I'm like, eh boy. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Then Darby Allin went one-on-one with Shawn Spears, and despite the fact that Shawn Spears wiped the face paint off Darby Allin, Darby Allin did win in the matchup though. Then FTR arrived in the ring, and then Sting and Darby Allin brawled with them, and then Sting got his face paint wiped on his face by Tully Blanchard. And it's going to be something else. And then Bryan Danielson was talking about Kenny Omega, but then Tony Schiavone interviewed Bryan Danielson. And Don Callis and Kenny Omega interrupt him. And Danielson challenged Omega to a one-on-one match. He's like, I'm not worried about the title. Someday it'll be for that. But right now, it's about who's the best. And challenged Omega. And then Don Callis said, no, he's not going to accept. And then Kenny Omega grabbed the microphone and he changed and says, yes, I accept your challenge. So that match is going to happen next week. Miro addresses Fuego del Sol. And on Rampage, Miro has accepted the challenge and the stipulation. And he says, after I'm done with you, I'll smash your car. Dude, once you take a good look at the car, he probably said, you know what, I'll drive it. I'll give it to or as he would say, give it to his hot wife. Double-jointed wife. Lord, I'll never forget that tweet that she's, I remember the redeeming the nuts thing is hilarious. That was it is also, wrestling is entertaining. You think about last night, the index winning, I thought that was fun to watch. Also, the tweets exchanged between, Eddie Kingston and Miro, and then all of a sudden, the redeem the nuts thing, not these nuts thing. And after he defeated Eddie Kingston, there you go, your nuts have been redeemed. And then I remember his wife, CJ Perry, aka Lana, I'll redeem yours when you get home. I was like, what? I'll never forget that. That was some very But Miro made him redeem Fuego's car when it's all said and done. Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley took on 2.0, and 2.0 and Daniel Garcia decided to attack them before the bell even started. And before the match, though, Matt Hardy did address Orange Cassidy, and he threatened to cut Orange Cassidy's hair. And I'm like, oh boy, right? So, anyways, pre-match brawl between Moxley and Kingston at 2.0. The match happened. Moxley and Kingston did win the matchup, but then Minoru Suzuki's music played the entire thing. And then he arrived at the ring, staring down Kingston and Moxley. And then Lance Archer came out from the crowd, pulled Kingston from the ring and started attacking him, fighting with him. And then Moxley and Suzuki fight all over the arena. Both teams So Suzuki, Gunn, and Moxley and Kingston, that's going to be a heck of a fight, if you ask me. It's going to be a wild brawl. So, that is all the time we have on this show. Tomorrow night, Rant and Rave will continue for 101st episode. We're going back to prime time, I believe, not 8 o'clock. So I'm probably going to be multitasking between that and watching Impact, because I got to do my show too. You know, you never know what's going to happen. So, that's it. That's all the time here. Episode 555 has been complete, and I'm going to upload this video. And tomorrow also, Thundercracker Thursday. A little bit of bullseye. That's right. 20-round battle. Bonus round, best of 20 bonus battles against that Bully Bolt Slapnut, a.k.a. the Lightning. And that will be tomorrow. So we'll see what happens there. Alright, so I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. A wonderful night, actually. And good night, everybody. And I'll see you on the next episode. Until then, peace, love, bless out. Good night.